Hello again, my friends. How goes it? It's Carpo, back at you for another of my thousands of videos that I've made over the years. And I figure since I've made so many videos, I can weigh in on this particular discussion. Hopefully without sounding too much like an arrogant prick, but, you know, we do our best, right? I'm going to cover a couple of topics right now. One of them is the, quote, censorship of YouTube, which is really a way of creators saying, oh my gosh, advertisers don't want to advertise along this particular subject matter. So they claim that they're being censored. Now, this has come up lately. I've been really trying to... I thought about covering this a couple weeks ago when it was... every YouTuber, it seemed, was making a video about how they're being censored. And the YouTube community, and it really is a community in some regards, where if one YouTuber discovers that a bunch of his videos have been demonetized, which is what happened, all of a sudden all these other big YouTubers start looking back through their previous videos that they've uploaded and finding out, oh, these were demonetized too. And I've seen it everywhere from philosophers to the drug channels to people talking about, you know, alternative news. And a couple of big name YouTubers came on and put up titles like, YouTube is censoring me, they're trying to shut my channel down, or if my YouTube channel gets shut down, my subscribers, you know, should know. And you get in there and you listen to what they're saying, and pardon me for sounding rude, but they just sound like whiny bitches. And this comes from somebody who understands a little bit about how advertising works. And here's what I'd like to convey to the people who don't have their own channels, but hear YouTubers talking about how they're being censored. I've been on YouTube about 6-7 years making videos. I have always made pretty random videos and random subjects. If I tackle something that's controversial, then that video will remain up. I've never had a video pulled as far as I know, and I've talked about a lot of random things. So let's say I decided that I wanted to advertise on my channel. And I did one time, and I tried it for about a week and thought, I just can't do this. It just doesn't feel right. Some people spend hundreds of hours on their videos, and they're making really good content, and they get out in the world and they're doing a lot of informative articles or interviews, and they want to start their own news station or their own news channel or information channel. So they come on YouTube and they find out that, hey, I can do that here. I can spread my own news. Then they realize they have to get funding for what they're doing. So you have a choice. You can either go through Patreon or crowdfunding of some sort, which is the only thing I use is Patreon. If people want to donate, they can. If they don't, they don't. But I'm not going to force someone to sit through ads, even if they have an ad blocker. You know, of course, creators don't get paid for that. But it's not about the commercials or... Well, here's what's happened over the last year or two. People, large corporations, huge businesses, they find YouTube is a monstrous platform. Last year, I think it was 200 hours per minute is uploaded to YouTube of content. And today it's 300 hours per minute is uploaded. So in order for them to watch and monitor every single video, they would have to have 50,000 people working full-time to monitor all the videos that are uploaded. And that's just not going to happen. So they use algorithms, computer programs that look for keywords and figure out who to advertise with. So advertisers say, okay, YouTube, we want you to advertise these commercials for us. And then YouTube uses their algorithms to put it on the right videos. So all of a sudden, let's say an army, you know, captain for example, he's watching a YouTube video about how horrible the military is and how the military should be abolished, and it's all about the military. And the commercial at the beginning of it is for joining the army. Okay, this happens all the time. The wrong ad will come up on something that's opposed to that, or ads about what the people are talking and preaching against. It just blows my mind. I mean, a lot of the bigger stations, you know, guys like Alex Jones, for example, I mean, when he started this whole thing, you know, he just speaks loudly and, you know, becomes obnoxious to where people are like, well, wow, you must have something to say. And next thing you know, he's not just advertising, he's selling his survival kits, he's selling pills and, you know, blends that are supposed to make you manly. You know, not to get into the details, because he's not a YouTuber. He's considered alternative news, but he's one that's become in the limelight lately. And what's happened is a lot of these a lot of these companies will go onto YouTube and maybe see their ad in the wrong place, and so they started complaining to YouTube and saying, hey, you've got to get better algorithms. AT&T and Verizon both pulled their ads and said, we won't do it anymore until you get this fixed. So here along comes YouTube. They improve their algorithms to where they're not putting ads on particular videos or subject matter that's controversial by request of these companies. And instantly YouTube gets the blame by the YouTubers of saying that they are the enemy, that YouTube's trying to censor us, that YouTube's trying to censor us. Here's the thing. Nobody is censoring you. You're expecting to make money off of corporate entities. Some of the alternative news out there, the good stuff, it came about because we were sick of MSM. And what is MSM? Mainstream media. What is mainstream media? It's media that where everybody is talking about the same thing. You might have AP News, who does thousands of stories, and then these bigger news conglomerates will go to AP to get their stories, and then they'll publish them along with a bunch of advertisements and crap and clickbait on their websites because they have to profit. And it's not like, anybody's sending money to NBC or ABC or Fox or any of these news stations to say, oh, I like your news, here's some money. So they make it through advertising. This isn't going to change just because somebody decides to do it on their own. So you have a choice. You either make money through those same corporations that you're speaking against, which is, the cognitive dissonance, I guess, that's going on with some of these YouTubers who, they say they're against the system, I'm against the system, and I hate advertising, and I hate the way that our system is going, but I still got to make my money, so I'm going to advertise on my channel. And I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm saying that if you're going to do that, you can't complain about people choosing not to associate with you. Because if you have a YouTube channel and you're making profits off of ads, you are working for the man. There's no other way around it. Doesn't mean it's good or bad. It just means it is what it is. So yes, you do have to censor the things you say if you expect to get paid by your boss. When you go to the workplace, you don't go out and say fuck you to all your customers and say, oh, I'm being censored, my boss fired me, right? And so, I understand how frustrating it must be to build a big channel on YouTube and be able to talk about random things and then be able to bring in thousands of dollars and then all of a sudden have that cut in half because advertisers have figured it out. But if YouTube is not a career, I would love to get paid for doing my YouTube videos. And if I did advertise on my channel, I don't know, I might be able to bring in a couple grand a year, maybe, tops. It's money, right? Why not just do it? Because my values just, I guess I can't use values because that is just like a pious way to put it. It's not even that. It's just that I'm so sick of advertising everywhere I fucking go and every video I watch that it's a relief when I go onto a channel that has no ads. And people still like, wow, you don't have ads on your channel. I love it. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's because it's not just because I sit and talk, because this takes time out of my day too. I enjoy what I do, and I'll tell you, editing on a lot of these videos that the people do out there, they can take 100, 200 hours for one video. Mine are a 20-minute video and then I upload it, And in the past I did do some podcasts and mix in some pictures, and I just said it's just too much time. I'm not making enough to make it look fancy. For me, it's the content that should matter, What are the words I'm saying? Not how nice is my backdrop or how much can I get in your face, I don't really enjoy television personalities. And this includes a lot of the YouTubers, even the smaller ones, because they have a shtick. They have a character that they play when they're online. Now, let's just put it this way. Anybody who I would talk to in person that would have a completely different demeanor than hearing them speak online, it makes it really difficult to take them seriously. Unless it's, say, somebody that's trying to get across to kids and using that intense kid's voice, like Kids Science Channel or something. But I'm not a kid. I'm an adult. And I want to hear people talk about things that matter. I don't want the emphasis to be on what they look like or, what their background is. I want to be able to listen to it while I'm doing things around the house and say, now that's good. That sounds good. It makes sense to me. So, before I finish, I should mention that this wasn't always about censorship. Last year, it was about copyright infringement, or rather maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. There was a whole bunch of bullshit going on YouTube about how everyone was getting copyright infringements. And my thought was always the same, because I got more than my share. I almost had my channel shut down a few years ago because I uploaded a bunch of Alan Watts videos, and I had some Oh, I uploaded these ones that I found. It was a torrent file that I had, and it was Terrence McKenna, the Omnibus 2012 series, and I uploaded like 3 of those videos, and I thought that they were older videos. I didn't know somebody in the modern day had made them, and they had just been published. So this guy went and copyrighted my channel and almost got it shut down. So I sent a few emails back and forth. I said, look, I'm with you, man. I respect McKenna and the teachings. I'm not advertising on my channel, and I was doing this for the information. I had no intention to infringe on you. And so he removed his copyright and withdrew his strikes, and that saved my butt. But I was really cautious after that. Be careful if you're uploading videos. Be careful if you even have background music, you know, in your... Generally, if you have music playing, it's okay in the background. You know, you'll have ads put on your channel, and then the ad revenue will go to someone else. It's like if I were to upload a Grateful Dead song right now, like a studio song, then instantly YouTube would put ads on that. But it wouldn't go to me. And some people think, oh, people are uploading others' music and getting paid for it. No, generally that is transferred over to the people who own it. And this has gotten better over the years, but I totally respect copyright. I mean, I think that if a person if I wrote a really deep, well thought out song that meant a lot to me, and I spent the time to record it, and then I heard it on somebody else's video used as like their intro, I would be like, hey, that's my fucking music, you know? Or if somebody used my artwork for like a banner for their concert they were playing, or a company used my logo or something like that, I would be like, dude, that's not right. So I understand that if you create something, you know, copyright is an issue, but it goes beyond the music and videos. A lot of people were getting copyright infringements on YouTube for uploading other people's videos from YouTube. So somebody would download a YouTube video and then re-upload it, and there was a ton of that going on. And there were small-time creators, such as people like myself. Let's say I made a video and somebody else uploaded it. What recourse of action do I have? You know, I can file a claim, but you know, I'm not a huge entity. It's not like I can sue anyone. So it's a matter of respect and understanding that we all have to respect each other's boundaries, and that means if you're a YouTuber, think up your own ideas. Create your own videos. Use your own music. And there's plenty of music that's open source that people can use on their videos, and that's cool too. But don't try to, you know, take off of somebody else's stuff. And if you're going to be a YouTuber that's going to complain about being censored when you're not being censored, you know, I think that that's kind of unfair, because it's putting in this idea out there that YouTube themselves, that Google, YouTube, is going in and purposefully censoring videos that disagree with what they may feel. That's not happening as far as I can see. I mean, because even the people who run YouTube, Google, they have their own differences of opinions, and there will be arguments going on within their own group. But, you know, if you start censoring and pulling ideas and subjects, then that becomes, you know, it gets messy really quick. So what's happening right now is just that people are being censored from profiting on corporations. So your favorite YouTuber, your favorite alternative natural, you know, nature news might have ads on there from some pill or a drug, you know, that some pharmaceutical company might be advertising on their channel. You just don't know. And as a, you know, content creator, you get trapped in that profit. So what do? You know, you can't turn away. And I guess I'm just grateful to still have a channel 7 years later where I could walk away from it tomorrow and not lose a thing of it, you know. I mean, shit, I've had my Patreon account for a year, and I think I've only had like 5 people, you know, put anything on it. I should stop and say thank you to all of you who have put, you know, donated to my Patreon account, because I've actually taken that money. It helped me to buy a green screen that I'm going to use for future videos, and I'm hoping to get a better camera and a microphone so I don't have to use this piece of junk. But, you know, it's not something I expect, you know. I don't make a whole lot. I just do this because I love it, and that's why I've always done it. And I feel like as long as I keep up with that, then, you know, I'm not fooling myself. So, let's see how much time, if my camera's still going here. Yep, almost out of time. That's good. And when I first started this channel, being out of time meant I had to keep my videos under 15 minutes. And then you get past a certain point where you can start uploading videos longer than 15 minutes. Right now it's an issue with my camera because I can't see the screen and the battery dies and I run out of space on it. And you know, sure, I'd love to have plenty of money, be able to have a big studio set up and a camera and all that, but you know, it wouldn't capture the moment. I'd feel too obligated to perform at a certain time, like showing up at work, talking about a certain thing, and getting trapped into profiting on corporations. I don't know. I do my best to keep name brand out of everything that I can, but I understand that sometimes it's all you've got. So hopefully people will stop thinking that YouTube is censoring them and realize that it's your own fault if you're working for the man. And when you're making money off of advertisements, you are working for the man. It's no different than my Carpos Botanicals pages putting an advertisement for some other company in the corner of my sales sheets, or it's absolutely no different. If you make content on your own and you have ads on your channel, then you are working for the people who advertise on your channel. And if you want them to continue to pay you, you do have to censor yourself. But it's not censorship, it's willing censorship. That is your choice, because we all know that, you know, I wouldn't want my company or my businesses advertised alongside of in certain places or with certain groups because, you know, obvious reasons, need to go into detail. So, if you want to make profit off of YouTube, that's a difficult thing to do. You can do it, but really it should be about the passion first. And I think that Patreon and crowdfunding are far superior than advertising, because what's happened is now that the media is falling by the wayside, those same companies that advertise with media have jumped right on the bandwagon to make sure that all the small people who are talking about things, life things, reporting news, that they are all getting profits from those people too, and getting all the advertising they can, because that's what makes the advertising world go around, is having their pictures on things. And it's just, I don't know. What else can I say about it? It's just we get what we worked for, I guess. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful day.